Well, happy Wednesday. Let's get over this hump day together. I hope you're doing good. I got a smile on my face, and if you don't have one on yours, maybe I can help put one on yours. You know, when God redeems us, he purchases us and takes us out of one life and puts us in another life. Positionally. Positionally with God, Jesus changed everything, and your standing with God is perfect, and he's declared you righteous. But your condition around you changes gradually. So positionally, I'm instantly changed, but conditionally, it's a process. Those things around me change slowly. And just like God has pulled us out of darkness into light, out of sin into righteousness, then we have to make decisions to change our environment. So to the people that you run with, that you hang out with, those associated with you, do they remind you of who you are supposed to be or who you're going to be, or do they remind you of who you used to be? When Jesus went to his hometown, they didn't say nothing about him being the Son of God. They didn't say nothing about him, who he is. They talked about, is this not Joseph's son? Is this not the carpenter's son? It is amazing as God begins to move us. Our forward movement is an indictment against those that don't want to go anywhere. So our forward movement is an indictment against those that don't want to move. So we can't compromise our future based on relationships that remind us of our past. So you got to get around some people that awaken the possibilities in you, not the used to be's. You got to get around some people that understand where you're going and can speak to your future and not hold you back in your past. You don't want to be around them people that say, remember when we used to, remember when you used to, remember that you used to. I remember when. We all have those I remember when people in our lives. And as God is trying to move us, we have to look at our surroundings, those people around us. I'm not talking about your address. I'm not talking about where you work. I'm talking about the people who are around you, who speak into your lives. Who are you running with? What does your clique, if you will, your group, your cut buddies, what do they look like? Do they understand who you are, what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go in life? If you're trying to get your degree, if you're trying to start a business, if you're trying to get married, if you're trying to put your life on track, do they understand those things? And are they working with you and encouraging you to go down and in that direction? Are they trying to hold you back? Are they winds beneath your wings pushing you, or are they anchors on your leg holding you back? You've got to look at the people around you, and you've got to determine who is in your corner and who's really called to be in your corner. Sometimes when you want to make movements, you got to get rid of some things. Have you ever noticed that a person running track, when you watch the Olympics or when you watch track and field, those individuals running track, they have the least amount of garments on that they can. And now they have the form-fitting garments that are close to their skin and tight, because they understand the garments can add a resistance to their progress. And sometimes it's like that with us. We've got to look at those things that are causing resistance to our progress. Is it my behavior? Is it my thinking? I call it stinking thinking. Is it my thinking? Is it the people around me? What is holding me back? And I've got to move those things and be willing to and be courageous and bold enough to move those things. You know, until you or I get tired of our situation, nothing is going to change. We can sit around all we want and hope, but hope with no works. And the Bible says faith with no works. Hope with no works is dead. You're not going anywhere. I can hope all day long that I'll be off this couch and be downtown all I want. But until I get up off this couch and take a step in that direction, I'm not going to go anywhere. It'll be 5 o'clock and I'll still be sitting right here in my living room talking to you. But if I want to go downtown, I've got to make the decision to get up from where I am and take a step in that direction. So what are you saying, David? I'm saying don't sit around with people that remind you of who you used to be. You want to get around some folks that remind you of where you're going and point you in that direction. Now, go take on the day knowing you've been empowered to celebrate those who are around you and cut loose those that shouldn't be. Talk to you on tomorrow. Be strong. Be safe. See you then.